Hardhead Veterans ATE Team Wendy LTP bump helmet. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So what drove me to make this video, I'm slowly starting to get into the night vision game. It's expensive, it's taken a while, but I figured you got to start somewhere. So I figured I'll start with the helmet. So at least when I'm out training with my buddies, I can wear a helmet, I can put the GoPro on the front. Now my search got narrowed down to 2 helmets. I knew first off, I did not want a ballistic. I wanted a bump helmet to be a night vision host when the time comes. However, I did want a quality helmet. I didn't just want to get a clone or anything like that. I found this guy right here. Now this is the Hardhead Veterans ATE. This is their bump helmet. And this is the one I ended up buying. Now, I do have this one to test out now too. Now this one is a Team Wendy LTP bump helmet. These both of these are pretty comparable in price. This one is a little more expensive, but my biggest thing is when I was looking for one of these helmets, I wanted to know what the differences are, which helmet's better for what reasons, which one would fit me better. And what I want to do is in this video, I'm not going to get super technical. I'm not going to talk about actual construction materials and composition, stuff like that. But I'm going to talk about overall quality. I'm going to talk about the different features. I even have a pair of nods that I can use to put on these guys to show you how it looks and how these shrouds actually hold up. We got this guy right here. This is the Hardhead Veterans ATE bump helmet. I ended up settling on this one online because it was kind of the cheapest. It had pretty good reviews on it, and it looked like it was a quality helmet at the same time. Now, I'm going to start overall with the shape. It does have a rounder shape than the Team Wendy. The cuts are nice and high on this helmet. The Team Wendy does come down a little further, so this is a little higher than that Team Wendy as well. So we're going to start at one of the most important parts for the night vision is the shroud itself. Now, I thought this was plastic when I first got it because the coating on it, but after mounting the night vision to it and mounting the GoPros, I can actually see a little bit of wear. There's some metal in there. So it is actually a metal mount. So overall, the shroud is extremely tight. It's very secure shroud. You got a lot of ventilation on this helmet. You got some big old ventilation slots right here, and then some honeycomb style ventilation on the side. And then there's a bunch of Velcro on this thing for your accessories. And as far as cabling systems, it did come with these cables right here. One thing about this helmet right here is when you get it, you have a basic layer of padding inside the helmet. However, they give you a bunch of additional padding, these little sticky back Velcro circles. So what you do is you put those Velcro circles on the padding that's already in there, and then you insert additional layers of padding to get your proper fit of your helmet. Now, one thing I do like about this helmet is this strap right here. It's like a magnetic strap. So what you do is you just take it, you clip it through one side, and it just holds it on. It just holds onto it right here. When you want to take this strap off, you just pull a tab, and that's it, then it breaks free. Now, unless you pull that tab specifically, it does not come off. So it's a really cool design and a super quick release. I really like that pull tab. What we're gonna do is we're gonna mount the G24 to the front of the HHV right here. There we go. Mount the straps, and I'm gonna slap a little Velcro counterweight right on the back over here. There we go, so I don't get the Fred Flintstone forehead. So here's the helmet with nods on it, with the Photonus Defense nods on it. So this is what the helmet looks like with the goggles on. Now I will say the mount seems very secure, but there is a slight wobble. Now I've been tugging on it, trying to get it to shake off, and these will not release, which is good, but there is a slight wobble. I'm gonna talk about one more thing on this helmet, then we're gonna jump to the Team Wendy and do a comparison on that one. One thing I'm not a huge fan on in the Hardhead Veterans is adjusting these straps in the back to fit your dome the proper way. Now they work fine once you get the setting in, but you have to pull this thing apart. It's kind of like a snapback hat sort of, but with softer fabrics. So you gotta find your right fit, then you gotta adjust everything in here. All right, here it is, the Team Wendy LTP bump helmet. You can see the shape is a lot different, and it has that very unique Team Wendy style to it. There's like harder edges on it. The plastic material seems about the same quality as the Hardhead Veterans, just different shape. And this helmet does have a little more of a bucket to it. It might be a bad word to use. And you also notice there's different mounting options for your ear pro, but you kind of have a combination of stuff. Now I will say the Team Wendy helmet came with a bunch of accessories and Picatinny adapters to put on these accessory rails. So one thing, let's take a look at the shroud first, like we did on the last one. Now you'll notice that shroud is actually molded into the helmet with the metallic insert inside the shroud. Feels very strong, very rigid, and since it's molded to the helmet, there's no screws or pinpoints or anything like that. Ventilation, again, it's very good on this as well. I haven't worn this much since this one is not my helmet. I don't want to get my head funk on it, so I wear this very minimally, and I'm making sure I'm not sweating so I don't ruin this for the owner when he gets this. But you do have some Velcro options on this. There is a lot of Velcro mounting space right on the top and the sides and then the back right here. However, not as much Velcro as the hardhead veterans. All right. Now here's the Team Wendy. You can see the helmet itself is much bulkier looking. It does have more of a secure fit. Feels like it grabs your head. Not too tight, it just grabs your head. This does kind of come down a little further in the back. The cuts are slightly lower than the hardhead veterans. The counterweight on the back of this guy. All right, there we go. So here we go, Team Wendy with the nods on it. There's the profile. You can kind of see how it looks, what it looks like. Again, very secure mount. Now I will say, these mounted up to the Team Wendy helmet, there is no wobble whatsoever on that Wilcox mount on the shroud. It feels very tight, very secure. Even less wobble than on the hardhead veterans one. Again, when you drop the nods, this is what they look like. Now, I think one of the biggest things, now that said, since I am satisfied with my hardhead veterans, there is something that I like on the Team Wendy more than the hardhead veterans, and that's the actual strap system in the back. Let me take it off and show you. All right, so on the hardhead veterans one, remember there's a bunch of straps with the holes that you had to pin like a snapback hat. So this little tensioner in the back, basically you just twist it to tighten it, and then you pull it out, and then you turn it the other way, and that's how you loosen the cabling. And you can see on the straps itself, there's actually like this cable right here that tightens everything up for you. So you can adjust this thing for different heads, different fitment quickly, a lot quicker than you can with the hardhead veterans. All right, so here you have it. Hardhead veterans, Team Wendy right over here. So here's the side profiles for comparison. You can see the Team Wendy's a deeper helmet, and this is a lot higher cut. Front shrouds over here. The shroud on the hardhead veterans is bolted on, whereas this shroud is molded to the actual hard hat with that metal insert. This entire shroud is metal right here. So on the inside padding, all the ventilation in the Team Wendy bump helmet is open and clear for ventilating, which is kind of nice. This guy, on this guy, the pads actually cover a lot of this ventilation. Now I will say a lot of air does get into this bump helmet, so it doesn't feel hot, sweaty, or anything like that, but I have yet to actually use this thing over the summer. Now comparison-wise, as far as Velcro mounting options, the hardhead veterans got way more Velcro than the Team Wendy has. So yes, you do have your sides. The Team Wendy has a Velcro strip just on the top, whereas this guy has a strip that goes all the way from the top all the way to the back. And this entire back of the helmet is covered in Velcro, whereas this one has a Velcro strip down here, Velcro strip here, and then two on the sides. This one also has it on the sides, but it also has a little bit of Velcro right on the front underneath the cabling. Now, as far as cabling is concerned, hardhead veterans has two cables, and they run from the accessory rails and they clip on right under your shroud. Whereas the Team Wendy does not have any cables on the front, rather it's got some cables on the back, and then these little bungees just clip onto the bottom of the bump helmet right here. The weight of both of them feel about the same. The thickness and construction quality feel about the same. I'm impressed with both of these helmets. I think they both fit really well. This one, like I said, is a little bulkier, but it's not a bad way bulkier, it's just a little bigger. So the LTP from Team Wendy pretty much costs anywhere from about $380 to $500, depending on where you're getting it. I've seen them for, the price range really is crazy on these things, but like Cabela's and stuff, I've seen this for about $480 on Cabela's, but I've also seen it on for $380 on Amazon. Now the HHV LTP bump, basically can be had for around $220 to $250 for the HHV version. So the HHV is much cheaper. If the differences of the two different bump helmets don't justify an extra couple $100, it might be worth it to get the HHV. However, certain little things like the tensioning on the back of the straps over here. However, the actual chin strap on the HHV I like more than the Team Wendy. There's more Velcro on the HHV, but again, the Team Wendy does feel a little bit better built. If I had to compare them side by side, if I had to really choose one for construction quality, I'd say the Team Wendy does feel a little bit better, but the HHV isn't very much different as far as quality. It feels really nice too. Hopefully this was a good comparison, a side-by-side comparison. I'm not trying to tell you which one's better. I just want to show them to you guys side by side so you can figure out for yourself what might be better and what might fit in your budget a little better. So hope you all found this video useful. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you.